He's filming this for YouTube, so make some fucking noise for Sam Marzden!
Alright! Take a step forward, I need the love, come on. There we go, lovely. Shit. Okay, this is a big room, I'm scared, never mind. This is cool, I'm so glad to be back here at the Basement, because this is the first gig I ever did in a proper rock and roll band when I was 16, right? Yeah, with Penguin, 16, at the back of the room there. And if I had known, back then, that journey I took was going to lead 17 years later to me doing stand-up comedy in front of all you guys tonight, I would have been fucking horrified. Because no one leaves a successful rock and roll career to take up stand-up comedy. Some shit seriously went wrong, okay? And I know it's weird to have like a comedian. How you doing? Okay. I know it's kind of weird to have a comedian in a rock gig like this, you know, but it could have been worse because like a year or two ago, you could not come to one of these events without having to put up with a fucking burlesque performance. No, before I get stampeded to death, there is a difference between a burlesque performer, which I quite enjoy, and a fucking burlesque performer. You know what I mean? Like, these are the girls that when burlesque started getting cool and everyone was into it, they went, I can get that. I don't get that corset. So this is a story about the time that I was sexually insulted by a fucking burlesque performer. I'm not so unhip to suggest I was sexually assaulted. But I'll tell you the story, you can make up your own mind how it went. Okay, so I was down in Melbourne at a gig, kind of like this. It's one of those all-day things, 20 bands. And it was really cool. Me and my friend went, played about $10 each. And then I was standing there watching the bands. And I noticed this girl sitting next to me, right? And she was doing the whole Rockakilly thing. Where she had the big long quiff thing, black hair going all the way down her back, white stripe going, eye makeup, boobs, full sleeve tattoos down her arms, red dress with white polka dots, fishnets, boots. How awesome does that sound? How sexy does she sound? But you got to remember, you can have all the right ingredients, but if you mix them in a vomit spray toilet bowl as a wok, it's not gonna. This girl was fucking terrifying, right? She looked like one of Skeletor's more intimidating henchmen, okay? Just sitting next to me. And I couldn't resist, I have to give her a Masters of the Universe nickname, so I called her Rockakilly. I've written to Mattel's Masters of the Universe division, given my idea for a new character, and they wrote back to me saying, please stop trying to contact us, we haven't existed for 25 years. So, Rockakilly was my creation, right? And I've got like, she has the full sleeve tattoos. Are there schools, right, where tattoo artists go to learn, and you can go there and get free tattoos when they need to practice? Are there such a things? There must be, because this girl was like covered in oodles of doodles. She looked fucking terrible, like pictures of Yoda smoking a cone and notes to herself like, pick up cats from mums. Recycle bin goes out next week. I love that joke, thank you for laughing. So she was scary, I stood away from her. I was watching the rest of the gig, like, excuse me, I've had a beer before. You know those gigs, we've all played them, right? Where's the sweet spot, shall I stand here? We've all played those gigs where you're on stage, you look out, and the entire audience is either tuning a guitar or setting up a drum kit. Me and my friend, we were the only ones that had paid the cover charge to get in. So 20 bands, at the end of the night, they had to divvy up $20 amongst the whole band. That was a really cool time, right? And then the announcer came on, I think like House of Thumbs finished, right? The announcer came back on and went, up next, fucking burlesque performer. Trent Reznor started pumping out through the PA, and Rockakilly came out! And she went, ah! Sorry about that, but you gotta get used to that scream, because it was sort of her signature move. Every time she did like a flourish or something, she autographed it with a ah! So she changed outfits as well. She changed into a black G-string and the hardest working corset in show business. Came out, screamed, and 90% of the audience went, I'm gonna get a drink. So she realised that there was just this mass exodus of the entire audience. And she went, oh shit, I gotta win the crowd back straight away. They pull out their big guns. Like, what happens usually at the end of a burlesque performance so you know it's done? Nipple tassels. The girl will pull off the bra, nipple tassels, she'll go, look, I'm making them backwards and forwards, and everyone's really quite happy. So she decided, I've got to hit out the big gun straight away. It's a shame that all the people in the audience left so quickly, because they missed out on seeing some amazing things. I mean, the soldiers that liberated Auschwitz saw some amazing things. Not necessarily good things, but amazing anyway. So, Rockakilly decided she had to win the audience back. And you've never seen anything until you've seen a slightly overweight girl, trying to take her corset off over the top of her head. She did it with the grace and poise of Houdini trying to escape from a straitjacket. 10 minutes later, we were presented with 2 nipple tassels, black, the size of CDs. 90% of the remaining 10% of the audience went, I'm going to get a drink. Leaving just a smattering of absolute entertainment masochists going, what is going on here? I forgot to mention, she looked like, now that she's, I can see that, you know, the doodling tattoos are gone everywhere all over her body. She looked like, she with her size as well, she looked like a badly graffitied bus stop outside a high school for the artistically uninterested. So she's noticed that the audience is not really into it. I forgot to mention, she came on stage with one of those green recycling shopping bags, right? Hot. From that, she pulled out a foot-long cucumber and a tub of tzatziki. How do I know it's tzatziki? Tzatziki, what is it? Tzatziki. Sorry, I knew I was going to fuck it up. A tub of tzatziki. How do I know it was tzatziki? I'll tell you in a minute, you'll find out. She dipped the cucumber into the tzatziki and then tried to shove it up her ass. Dignity. Always dignity. If you're naked on stage trying to shove a cucumber up your ass and no one's paying attention, you become the loneliest burlesque performer in the world. It was so pathetic. I was watching going, I thought she was just panicking, right, and trying to like improvise and like, oh good, what, people like asses? Ah! I thought she was just improvising, but then I realised you don't just walk up on stage with a bag of groceries and MacGyver up a burlesque performance. This shit was conceived, planned, and rehearsed. For you non-creative types, let me explain to you the creative process. Okay, so 2:30 in the morning, Rockakilly was in her bedroom. I say bedroom, it's more a sort of a subterranean cave that you access through a garbage can in the ceiling, a la Oscar the Grouch. And she's in her bed. I say bed. It's actually more of a collection of old magazines and rodent skulls that she's collected and woven into a nest. She's sitting there going, God damn it, this burlesque thing's harder than I thought. All those other girls are prettier than me, thinner than me, more talented than me. I need to find a way to stand out from the crowd, but I can't. I didn't realize the whole thing was going to be such a pain in the ass. Shove something up your ass. So, okay, she couldn't go back to bed that night. She was like, oh my God, I'm so jazzed. Okay, what goes in asses? Pickles. No, wait. This is a new career high for me. I'm going to be playing the big rooms now, so I need the person at the back of the theatre to be able to see what I'm shoving up my ass. Cucumbers, obviously. A big green cucumber looks like I'm fucking a lightsaber. Now, I need lube. Tzatziki, of course. Because then, after every gig, I can have a healthy snack. So, next day, she's down at IGA at the vegetable department, trying to find the perfect cucumber. How do you find it? It must be like when you're 11 years old and you first walk into Ollivanders. Now, the people who get that joke, I'm going to let you enjoy that for a moment before I explain that is the magic wand shop out of Harry Potter, where the wand chooses you. So she picks up the right cucumber, it shoots off gold sparks or something, and she says, these fools probably think I'm going to eat this cucumber. But little do they know, it is in fact the key ingredient to the greatest piece of performance art this world has ever seen. And I realise her voice has changed. I still don't know what the funniest one is, so I'm going to go with that. She pays the checkout check. Thank you, darling. By the way, I'm not going to eat that cucumber. It is, in fact, the greatest, a key ingredient in the greatest piece of performance art the world has ever seen. Toodles! She goes home, puts it in the fridge with a post-it note on it for her housemate saying, "Please do not eat this cucumber." Then a second post-it note saying, "It is in fact the key ingredient for the greatest piece of performance art the world has ever seen." And then a note on the tzatziki saying, "You wouldn't believe me if I fucking told you." She puts a sign on her living room door saying, "Please can I use the living room from the hours of 1 to 3 this Saturday? I need to rehearse for the greatest piece of performance art the world has ever seen." That afternoon, all her housemates hear is Trent Reznor and Rockakilly's muffled screams. She leaves for the gig that night, and every time you leave for a gig, you can't help but just have that sort of fantasy that tonight is the night that Hollywood producer is coming back from the day at the studio. He stops up for a drink, sees your performance, afterwards he comes back to you and says, "Hey kid, why do you say you and me get out of here and make a lot of money?" She leaves the house that night with nothing but her shopping bag filled with cucumbers and dreams. Looks at the night sky and says, "Honey, you're leaving home as a nobody, but you're going home a star." Cut to 3 hours later, she's naked, bent over, shoving a cucumber up her ass while screaming in front of an audience of one! That's right, one! Me! Because my fucking friend noticed that we were the last 2 people in the audience, and he had that revelation we've all had during a zombie attack, when you realise you don't have to outrun the zombies, you just have to outrun your friend. So he looked at the back of my head and went, "Sorry," and heroically went and got a drink, right? Rockakilly is there going, "The gig's not going very well, is it?" In her final attempt to win fans, she jumps off she unsheathes, jumps off the stage, and hits me in the head with her anal tzatziki green truncheon. Boom! I go down like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and my final thought is, was that tzatziki? Fucked my shirt up. She ran into the audience. The whole audience at the bar going, "Ugh." She starts randomly fucking hitting people. There's this one guy, and he's back at the stage. He got hit in the back of the head. He went down. To this day, he has no idea what happened. Because all his friend can say was, a heavily graffiti bus stop came out of the darkness and hit you in the head with an anal tzatziki truncheon. That's a Frank Zappa album, surely. So this chick, she's finally got what she wanted. The entire room is now looking at her. Mustering all her dignity, with only giant nipple clamps for modesty, she had to walk back through the crowd onto the stage where all her clothes were. And the best thing about it is, all her friends had to tell her what a great gig she just had. And now all my friends have to tell me that as well. You guys have been fucking awesome! My name's Sam Marzden! Have a great night! Wow. Now awkwardly walk between you. Turn around, it's done, go away.
Have a sip.